No, you've really pointed it out very well. Ustad, if we move on to the children of Israel, Bani Israel, who are Bani Israel and what relationship do they have to Palestine today?
And in Palestine, Abraham had a son called Isaac. And when Isaac was around 60 years old, he had a son called Jacob. And Jacob is also known as Israel in the Bible, in all the scriptures.
Yes.
So Jacob or Israel had 12 sons. One of the most famous sons is Joseph or Yusuf, yeah. So Yusuf, and they're all mighty prophets to us, we adore them. So Yusuf alayhi salam, as we say, Allah's blessing.
All prophets, all the...
No, I'm saying the prophets of the Jewish prophets are our prophets as well. So, I mean, Yusuf is Yusuf alayhi salam. And the other part's a debatable issue, which probably not the point for it now. They did come back, obviously, after Moses in the time of Yusha ibn Nun, after Moses died. And they tried to make headway into the Holy Lands and got a foothold in there. And then their civilization reached its golden age at the time of King David and King Solomon, or Dawood and Sulaiman alayhimus salam. But pretty soon after that, it disappeared. That's right. So what happened is, the full story is that the Assyrians came in to attack, and the 10 tribes disappeared completely off the map. And then after the Assyrians, the Babylonians came, and the Babylonians attacked the lower kingdom, which was basically the sons of Solomon. And they were taken, they lost the war, they were defeated, they were taken as captives. Every Israelite taken as captive back to Babylon. The temple was burnt. And for half a century or so, were not even allowed to return back. Then the Persians took over the Babylonians and allowed the Israelites to go back. So they came, they tried to rebuild their temple, keep a city like that. And then different nations came one after the other. So the Macedonians came, and so the Jews eventually existed as little pockets and little people, little tribes, little families within the Holy Lands, alongside the indigenous population, the Palestinians, alongside with people that had come into the land from these new conquering powers. So by the time Jesus came, he came in the reign of Herod the king in the Roman times.
So would you say that the current population in Israel is related, or in Palestine but named Israel, is related to Banu Israel, to the children of Israel?
With regards to the children of Israel, as in, if you call them the Hebrews, if you like. So many of those became Muslims as Islam came, the same way as many of the Christians became Muslims. So currently in Palestine, amidst the Palestinian population, there's a 70% to 30%, so 70% Muslim, 30% Christian ratio, or somewhere around that. So which means the local population became Muslims. And a lot of the people that were Hebrews also became Muslims. And I think I read up somewhere recently that there was DNA analysis done, and 80% of the Palestinians have Hebrew DNA. Meaning,
even the Muslims themselves have.
So I think by Hebrew, they'll mean Semitic DNA, which includes the old Palestinians or the indigenous Palestinians, because there was even Isaac. Like if you look, Abraham came with his wife and Lut. So then he had a child. Okay, who did the child marry? So he had to marry someone locally, and then and so on and so forth. So there's DNA that is mixed there. But the Palestinians exhibit that DNA. 80% of them exhibit that DNA. Yet the Israeli population, who have come mainly from Europe after centuries, they exhibit very small or non-existent Hebrew or Semitic DNA.
Mm-hmm.
And they mainly from Europe, Eastern Europe, and so on and so forth. And I think that is one of the reasons that Israel, it is illegal to do DNA tests there, because very quickly it shows that you're not from here. So, yeah.
It's very important to know that who are the real children of Israel, and whether or not these people have a claim to this land, they boldly claim to have inheritance too, which we know is completely false, as we've spoken about